Good morning, Ambazonia. Today, na Tuesday, number 25 day for the month of May 2021. My name na Capo Daniel, Sense Pass King, the Deputy Defense Chief of the Ambazonia Defense Forces, Anti-kidnapping Czar. Una welcome to my daily podcast for una. Today, we will start for the great state of Bui, where the Ambazonian Defense Forces, Bui Brigade, it then carry out a brazen attack against the Cameroon occupation forces, killing 4. The dead bodies of the Cameroon military was airlifted by their B helicopter in Bui. Across Ambazonian National Territory, the Cameroon terrorist occupation forces were hit hard throughout the national territory by improvised explosive devices. The Ambazonian pro-independent forces carried out a first attack inside the great city of Victoria.
I say, don't be under zero shooting. Yes. Now I won't target the work so. I smoke that come out. Yeah, no easy. I smoke that come out even though say maybe clay fine. Road so. Strong air road. Limbe sonara. Yes, and that motor in that a bone so route.
The operation took out 2 tankers transporting petroleum goods to La République du Cameroon city of Douala. While for the capital city for the Savannah state in Bamenda, the anti-kidnapping squad have cracked down one of those groups responsible for kidnapping for ransom for Insa Bamenda. The operation will be carried out after one of our citizens they be called we for give complaint, say some boy them, then catch their motor for road, then seize money for them, and then they demand for more ransom. The anti-kidnapping squad, it take a lot of risk for deploy soldier them in the middle of a war in an urban area for end up successfully catch the criminal gang.
I know, yeah. You go for which camp? Oh, look, carry your head for up. Who go for up? Carry your head for up.
I don't get come.
You know get?
Come.
Tell me your name.
Ngwa Bendy.
Ngwa
Bendy.
When I get you, when I can't go, then so now me.
No, na only woody ones with the fear.
Okay, now that gun this way they catch them they so. Say native amber them.
Yeah.
When I look the gun fine.
Yes.
They walk and I walk out. If you see and I solo tape this. Where they know.
That's true.
They are friend them. Call their name them.
Ivor and Maxell.
Call all their name them.
Ivor and Choto Maxell.
And then you say the other name now. That name now waiting.
No, the corner only one name is a Planet.
Planet. Okay, they are. Which place of Cow Street?
Back Top Star.
You are who?
Mimi one now.
Now you one. They are friend they stay for outside.
They stole for the very place stay corner.
And then for they rent their own house.
Yes.
Okay, they work at transact for night. With this thing where they see and say look like gone, but will not be gone. I say, when I be which tribe?
Bambili.
When I be Bambili.
Yeah.
Okay. All when I 3.
Yes.
Which place of Bambili when I come out?
No.
That man when I take eating that man that play with the cash una so. Now who be collect that money for that man?
Which man?
The cash una for outside. The cash una for outside.
We go down now.
The cash una for outside.
Cho center.
Cho center.
Yes.
Una that motor una break and so una collect how much of that motor?
No one come out. That man young.
Una collect how much?
20,000.
Una collect how much 20,000?
Yes.
You be there for your hand or be there with your hand?
No, the other my hand.
Who? Call your name.
Level some my pocket no grab it on my hand.
Call the other person will be there for your hand.
Ivor.
Ivor.
Yes.
So now then this, now the thief amber then this. Now that gun this as population more than they see and so. When they work at this, so when I vex with amber then say they work for now say amber the worker kidnap amber the worker 6 people that think them. But when I think this, you never ever walk on camp.
Yeah.
You just use na gunshot. What do you get for talk for people when they there for outside?
I the vex.
Yes.
Man even mix until like say it pass over because it makes so it will worry because even me too. I don't.
It go worry who?
The man with the one follow the kind of step.
Okay.
I go in with Givenchy. I
they ask and say
I don't go like them. I don't say I go like Givenchy for something. I mean like them. But we are not like being a
It's only been that kind man where they work on our AK for night. As we see and so, we don't promise when I say we will catch all the boy them.
Yeah, not true.
Yes. Any man where they continue, make continue. If we see the one tomorrow, when I thank God. But I believe say you keep message for that 2 friend them.
Not true.
The message where you want keep for them, I say waiting.
If you say as I go so I know coming back when I talk.
Yes.
Me then just change. If you say Nazo it happen, me then just change them.
Okay. You say their name then who them?
Ivor and Maxter.
Call their name.
So, una dan here, any man way there for inside town for Bamenda, you do work kidnap our people, they terrorize innocent civilians them, where they never do anything. No say your 99 days they come. We call on the general public for work hard and for collaborate with us for fight these criminal gangs, where they use the name of the Ambazonian forces them, and the name for Amba for begin do their criminal activities them, where you no get no relationship to do with our fighting for separation and independence for the Southern Cameroon Ambazonia. Any person where they go around for carry out this kidnapping for ransom on innocent civilians will be considered as a thief and should be treated as such by the general public. As part of our series for education for this day of national resistance we pass for 20th May, with the day for the subject of Dr. John Ngu Foncha, public testimony. We remind our people, may them listen for the testimony where John Ngu Foncha, the last elected representative of our territory as the Prime Minister of Southern Cameroon, he be talk for the treatment where La Republic he began for we, the people for Southern Cameroon.
I noted that Aidjo wanted to dwarf Southern Cameroon as far as School of Technology was concerned. And later on, when he decided to decentralize the University of Yaoundé, he left the University of Caste, not mentioned. He later on proposed a university for Buea. And you know how long that took. He put the name after he had been approached. I've asked him, he proposed that one. Now he didn't want to do anything with caste in order to keep the northwest and southwest, you see, divided. So he proposed a university a university with no anything. Probably it was going to be a university of culture. He later on made it a translation bureau.
So now Dr. John Ngu Foncha that did talk about the intention of Amadou Aidjo, the head of state of La République du Cameroon, for try for stop the technological development for the Southern Cameroon, then go as far as try for create the University of Buea with the sole intention and purpose for spoil the rapid development for science and technology, where we go on for CAS, where we be designated for be the first university for the Southern Cameroons, for then create the University of Buea as a translation university. The creation of the University of Buea be purposely for create divide between the Southern Cameroon into Northwest and Southwest. Apart from trying to destroy science and technology, La République, since Amadou Aidjo, then try to abolish the GCE. Wanna listen?
They wanted to dwarf the Southern Cameroon from any technical rising. They had found our scientific knowledge high, our secondary school organization high. They want to abolish the GCE in 85. When I stepped in, and they brutalized our students. When I stepped in to quarrel with Paul Biya, they brutalized the students. I took them to task.
So now things for the 80s, where La République it try for destroy our education system and for spoil and banish the GCE. As we don't see them, now they don't transport them, go them for Yaoundé. As Paul Biya announced the transfer from Southern Cameroon of GCE bought into La République du Cameroon. In an attempt to try to solve this problem, John Ngu Foncha called and convoked a meeting for the leadership and elites for the Southern Cameroon to go confront Mr. Paul Biya on here.
I stepped in to quarrel with Paul Biya. They brutalized the students. I took them to task in the Central Committee meeting. And then the only persons who could support me was the late Dr. Fonlong and Professor Ngu. And they made it clear. And during that time too, after our students were brutalized, I summoned a meeting of Ndele, Muna, Egbe, and myself to meet in Yaoundé and then discuss the matter with the president. The day I arrived, I flew to Yaoundé. None of them appeared. They were still my opponent. Ndele did not come, Muna did not come, and so that failed. And I wrote to I wrote to Paul Biya asking him that he wants to discipline our sons and daughters out of our own intervention. I asked him whether he would be able to do that.
So, my country people, when I hear how we don't suffer, even in the middle where they brutalize our people, they put in danger the GCE, Dr. John Ngu Foncha, it convoked meeting, me the so-called elites then gather for confront Paul Biya. None of them, they no show up because of personal interest where they be get them already and their personal conflict where they be get them with John Ngu Foncha. Then put themselves above our people they're suffering. Ndele, Muna, and the rest where they invite them, then deny for can stand up and defend the interests of the people. Now the same thing it happened today. The so-called political elite, where they be stand saying that they be champions the cause of the people. When the people then rise up for demand separation and independence, none of them no stand up for their back for talk on behalf of them, as they kill millions and millions, thousands and thousands of our people them every day, burning down our villages, all them because of their personal benefits and conflicts. None of them will speak on behalf of the people demanding separation and independence. They are all cowards and enablers, people who care nothing about the people but seek only to enrich themselves and secure their own lot from stolen money and stolen wealth from the Southern Cameroons. This should be a bitter lesson for the leadership today of Dr. Cho Ayaba and Seseko Ayoktabi. If they were ever to call and invoke a meeting on behalf of our Southern Cameroon people, never should they call corrupt individuals who will put their personal greed and ego above the interests of the people. People who cannot put down political differences for the sake of national interests should never again be even convoked on behalf of the interests of our people. Dr. John Ngu Foncha clearly stated to the general public that La République du Cameroun annexed Southern Cameroon. It wasn't a union. It was pure annexation.
With the dissolution of the National Assembly and the House of Chiefs and everything, there was no authority in the Southern Cameroon. That's what is called annexation. Annexation went much further, that anything that existed in the Southern Cameroon was not allowed to remain under that name.
That is what they did to us and continue to enforce Cameroon rule illegally without our consent over our territory. It's not a union or unity, it's annexation. Even the draft constitution, where both Cameroons, the Southern Cameroon and La Republique, they will meet up, prepare them for the Fumban conference. It was never signed or rectified by Amadou Ahidjo or Paul Biya or any representative of La Republique du Cameroon. They imposed their constitution on us. There is no union, even for those who make the argument that without a union treaty, both territory can unite through a constitutional act. There was no constitutional act. The documents was never signed. Listen to John Ngu Foncha testifies.
And so everything was by not signing the draft constitution, everything fell in the hands of Ahidjo.
So, Unadan here, not signing the draft constitution because Ahidjo and France, the Buwami all power remained for Ahidjo in hand. They did not sign the draft constitution or whatever you want to call it. Call it the Fumban agreement or the Fumban draft constitution. It was never signed.
Everything was by not signing the draft constitution, not signing the draft constitution.
Yes, Unadan hear them. Fine. There is no union. There is no one Cameroon that involve Ambazonia or Southern Cameroon. There was never, there is not even the obligation by Cameroon government of La Republique joining the United Nations. The charters of the United Nations also require Cameroon to extend its border only by a treaty, which there is none with the Southern Cameroon. We must, as a means, as a national duty, resist this illegality, this illegal occupation and annexation of our land. It is a good cause. It is a just cause. We are on the truth. God is with us. We must fight for our freedom in the face of a genocidal war, a subjugation war being waged upon us by a brutal military who do not take no prisoner and uses terrorism tactics against our innocent civilian. Give us freedom or give us death. There shall be no retreat, no surrender until independence is effectuated in Ambazonia. Capo Daniel signing out.